name is Jen and today we are making a video about a tradition in the very exotic Sweden, and we are going to talk about Midsommer, which is being held mostly between the 20th of June and the 26th, always on a Friday and Saturday. Everything is closed basically, the stores are closed, so keep that in mind when you're traveling, because if you want to eat something that might be not possible. Secondly, for something you need to keep in mind is that there's a lot of buses going or different times, so that you don't get stuck, because I did already. Now we're actually gonna get to Midsommer itself. It's Midsommer or something close to Midsommer, like here in Sweden, is celebrated in mostly northern countries in Europe. Most countries have a bit of their own variation, but they mostly tend to have bonfires. Now Sweden doesn't really do the bonfires. We have maples, and in Swedish you could say, for example, MISOMMER STYLE. This is something that has a lot of links, for example, to the Viking era that was in this region, and also pagan rituals. So it's something that is actually rather old but hard to pinpoint the exact origin. Personally, I think it comes from the Viking era, which I think is pretty awesome. But the reason why I think so is because the maple is something that keeps returning also throughout history from this era. So it's like it seems to be coming from there, at least maple. Not everything, maybe. But what you also will see, for example, is that people cover their houses in all these green plants and flowers, and that's meant to be for good fortune for the harvest, and also fertility, etc. So basically this whole celebration is originally about good fortune and fertility and good harvests and good crops, etc. Also happy things for your family, and we're just gonna break down one by one what we do on Midsommer. So the first day of Midsommer, which is on the Friday, we mostly do the dancing around the maple. Now, dancing around the maple is mostly done by kids, sometimes adults, and in some areas it's being done very traditionally, so it's actual adults doing, for example, traditional dances around the maple. This will be accompanied by music also, and people are wearing their flower crowns. I have my not so fancy flower crown, but they will be wearing flower crowns also, and it's mostly just having fun. Also, something you will see back a lot as a discussion during this day is the weather. It's either really good or it's raining, and I think this was the first year that I've had Midsommer with sun and I was working, so yeah, really. So one time that it's actually nice weather and working. But okay. So if you want to go dancing around the maple, for example, you should go to parks or just out of the woods, out of the city. Because we tend to celebrate these things in green areas with trees and everything, like small woods and stuff. So the best place, for example, in Gothenburg city would be in the big park. I already forgot the name, but there is a big park in Gothenburg city where they organize this. Now we also have something else to look back into, is the flower crown. Because where does the flower crown comes from? I have no idea, I couldn't find it anywhere, but there is some story related to flowers that I found, which was that the belief was that if you as a girl picked up 7 flowers in the evening and put them under your pillow, you would dream about your future husband, and maybe the flowers got in your hair or something when you woke up in the morning. So that was basically my theory regarding the flower crown that I've had. I'm not sure if it is related to each other, but it wouldn't be surprising to me. So yeah, but nowadays everybody wears them, and they're not necessarily in 7 different flowers, maybe even 2 only, and you can make them yourself, but you can also buy them. And these things are really pieces of art. Everybody has a different one, and they all look amazing. Now we're going to the food, because this is a festivity of 2 days, so you will be having food in the evening or the day after with friends or family. And if they're Swedish, you're gonna get the Swedish food that comes with it. And every holiday in Sweden basically has nearly the same food, which is easy. So you kind of know what to expect, but it mostly consists of fish. So we are looking into pickled herring, for example, with dill, which is called sill. And then you get, some people eat surströmming. I wouldn't do that, but sure. Then you get potatoes, or like sausages, like grilled sausages, or small grilled things. And some knäckebröd, which is like the cracker thingies from Waza, I don't know if I say that right, Waza. And for dessert, for example, you get strawberries, fresh strawberries with cream, and these strawberries are, for example, the first strawberries of the year. And one thing I love the most in this world is strawberries. I adore it. The only thing I don't like is taking off like the green thing on top. That's just, takes so much time. I don't know why, I just want to like eat them like this. Done. No work to it. But sadly, that's not the case. Then you will see something else, and that is part of the Swedish holiday drinking traditions, I would say. And in this case, you will, for example, find a lot of schnapps. They can be very sweet, or they don't really taste that strong. They're really strong, not kidding. And then you can also have, for example, beer or wine, etc. They will buy these beforehand. They might even drive to Germany to buy some, because alcohol in Sweden is expensive. So then you get to this one thing that, like, after the second round that everybody has drinks, everybody starts singing. Swedish people have a lot of drinking songs, and they can be a bit strange. I don't have any examples because it's kind of hard to translate for me correctly, but they can be like funny songs, they can be, I think most of them are funny songs actually, but they can also be a bit like, okay, this is strange. Now, don't get too confused by it, just go along with it, because that is something they will always do in Sweden during holidays. You see it come back in the Christmas, you see it come back in Easter, and you see it come back on Midsommer. Now, I think personally that the reason why Midsommer in the first place became how it is lost the original reason, but nowadays it's just a great celebration of the start of the summer, ending of school, vacation time, and sun, mostly sun, because in Sweden we get very, very little sun. Sun is rare here, and especially in the winter time. After a long dark winter, it's nice that you get days like these where there is so much sun and everybody just goes out and soaks in the vitamin D, because otherwise we will keep that winter depression. Anyway, that was it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed my video. Don't forget to like to this video, don't forget to subscribe and wink on the bell button. And if you're more curious about my life, for example, or you want to know more about the channel, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter. So I'll see you guys next time in the next video.